Let's see if I get more on YouTube. Hello, welcome in. We're going to do some crafting today, and we should be getting a raid in about 4 minutes. I might be casting onto YouTube as well, so if you guys are over on YouTube, come on over. We're going to do some crafting live, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very Christmassy themed show today. Let me see if I don't know. This is my first time trying to like cast onto YouTube, but we're going to do some fun projects today, and I've got a lot of stuff running in the bin for flash sales as well, so feel free to check those out. Here in just a minute, I'm going to get a giveaway running once we get the raid. They'll be coming in about 4 minutes. I've got a poll up there if you guys want to vote on a project for today. We're going to do like either a rolling pin. I'll probably do multiple. That's how I always am with these like crafting raid trains. I put together like multiple options, and then I can't help myself. I just like, oh, I just want to do all of it. So, oh, it is on. That's so cool. I'm gonna open this up so I can see if there's comments there too. Who knows? Anyways, hi guys. If you see projects that you're interested in like recreating, I believe you should be able to go back and find this on YouTube, or you can make a purchase and you'll see the receipts too. So that's an option as well. So exciting. Okay. Let's see. We're going to get the raid here in just a minute. And then we will get started. Like I said, if you guys want to vote on your projects, you see the little poll up there right now. Making ornaments with salvage is in the lead. I've also got quite a few of these supplies listed in the buy it now. If you want to pick up some of the decoupage paper, some of the salvage wood, any of those kind of things, they're all in the buy it now as well. I guess I could pin those. But we'll be getting started here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and get a giveaway running. I've got a giveaway running up there. It is going to be, can I get rid of this poll? It's in my way. Nope, I can't. It's going to be some vintage inspired sticker, and then also for a, what do we say, postcard? Playing card, vintage playing card. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these. I have to pin this one. It is the most adorable piece of decoupage paper ever in the world. There's a little Highland cow. It's so cute. So we're going to get the raid here in just a couple minutes from Charming Appeal, Tracy, and then Jims and Joy is also our other co-host for the raid train. If you check the show notes on the side, there's some notes in there. Who's going to be on today? All of those things. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys are coming in from YouTube, let me know if you're coming in from YouTube. Or if you have any questions as we're going, let me know. I have my computer open over here so I can kind of see as things are going. I've kind of already like pre-painted a few projects. That way we're not literally waiting around for paint to dry. And a lot of the stuff I'm using does better when it's been like pre-painted and sealed and all of that. So looks like right now making an ornament with salvage or a sign is in the lead. Let me move that. Oh, good. I can see the chat too. But anyways, oh, hit the. I'm in like the smallest little space ever, I think, for crafting that I usually am not in. Like a small little confined area because my room is a disaster and I have got to get it cleaned up this week. So, where is everybody coming from in here? Are you guys up where it's cold? Are you in the South? Where's everyone from? I am in Orlando, Florida. That is why you see me in a tank top, because it is still hot. I literally have my little fan running. If you can hear it and it's annoying, let me know and I'll turn it off. But I'm roasting right now. New Hampshire, so it's probably pretty chilly there. You guys get the fall feeling. For the first time in a long time for Halloween, we're going to be getting like weather in the 50s. And of course, I got my daughter a costume that's like shorts and like a tank top. So I was like, of course, the year that I get her something she's going to freeze is the year's cold. Otherwise, it's normally fine because it's hot. Last year was hot. But let me know. And if anything isn't working well on the in the video, if I freeze or anything, just let me know and I'll get out of the YouTube part of it or something so I can, get rid of some of the stuff clogging it down. There's our raid. Thank you guys so much. Please go follow Charming Appeal and Gems and Joy. They're hosting today's raid train. I've got our giveaway running up there. It is for vintage inspired sticker and a vintage playing card. We've got a whole bunch of projects for options today. There's a poll up there if you guys want to check it out and vote on a project today. We've got like decoupage, a rolling pin, making a sign with some salvage, making ornaments with salvage. Realistically, we'll probably do a couple projects. I always like load up the project options. So feel free, jump in and get your vote on. It looks like making ornaments with salvage is the top one right now. So that's probably what we're going to do. I have already started prepping. I guess I should probably introduce myself. My name is Teresa. I've been on the app here for about a year, a little over a year. You don't see a poll. It should be right at the top. If not, you can just drop it in the chat if you have a favorite option for projects. I've been on the app for about a year, a little more, and we are doing kind of more of like a vintage theme to some of the stuff. Like most of the stuff is an upcycle versus like all out making it. Not showing because the giveaway is going. Oh, thank you, Chris. Let's pull that giveaway. Jump in that giveaway real quick so you guys can vote. So jump in there. We're going to pull it real quick. We're drawing our winner, and then we'll get started on some projects. The Vintage Hollow, you've got that giveaway coming your way. Vote on the poll that you guys see at the top. We're going to do some more giveaways later in the show, as well as I'm going to be giving away at the end of the show a pack of like a little craft set to do it yourself. So vote on your favorite option. It looks like we're going to be definitely starting off with making ornaments with salvage. I also have some of these pieces in the buy it now if you want to pick them up and make your own. I'll show you kind of what this one looks like. So we've got this one is in there, and then I also have kind of the little trim pieces. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be making one using this piece right here. It's already kind of like a gray color, so very neutral, and I'm going to be using some rub-on transfers. I've got a couple options today. You love crafting? I'm so glad. So glad you love it. I went ahead and pre-painted some stuff because a lot of the time the rub-on transfers prefer, they work a little easier when they're like already painted, already sealed, dry, the whole thing. I got these from my friend Brandy at the DIY Struggle. And then I've got some IOD. If you guys are curious on anything, most of the stuff is listed in the show notes with regard to like where I got it from, what it's called, that kind of thing. So if you have any questions though at any point, feel free to just drop them down in the chat. We're going to make 2 different vintage ornaments, like vintage inspired ornaments. So I've got these as kind of some options for the rub-on transfers. These ones are from my friend Brandy. What is IOD? IOD is Iron Orchid Designs. My friend Sammy from Unicorn Dust Design sells them. Her website's listed in the show notes as well. So very cool, very vintagey like style. So we're going to make 2 different ornaments. One is going to have some rub-on transfers, and then one is going to use an IOD mold. You know Sammy? Yeah. So the other one's going to use this IOD molds. I made these on my prep show the other day. They're actually used with, and I forgot, I should have put this in there. Mix to mold. They are a ceramic resin. They're one of my favorite ways to use the IOD molds. But let's get started with this one first. These are in the buy it now as well if you guys wanted to pick any of them up. Let's see. I think I'm going to try my best to like angle things so you guys can see it a little easier. I think I'm going to go with this little bird and that little house. This one's going to be super quick and super easy. And if you guys are seeing this from YouTube, jump on over to Whatnot and join us with the chat. You like the mix to mold too? Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, very easy to use. I do resin a lot of the time too. I do resin kind of more or less in a different medium. Not a different medium, but a different way, I should say. I'll show you guys. But I'm not making those today. those are a whole thing. I think that'll just fit. I think we're going to do that one. That's super sweet. I do also do a ocean resin art. Those are in, I've got some of those ornaments in the buy it now as well. But we're gonna do this, and you guys, these are so super like like beginner friendly, very easy to use. Do I have my little stick over here? Nope, I don't. I remember putting it over here. It's all right. We're gonna use a little popsicle stick to do it. So if you guys have any questions on anything, just drop it in the chat. I think I'm gonna leave this little edge on the top. So these are pre-painted in like a light grayish color. I thought it'd be nice and neutral. I've got another one we're gonna do here in a minute. These ones are super easy. The IOD ones work pretty much the same. Once you put it down though, it's pretty much there. So make sure you're happy with where it is. I'm just gonna press it down a little bit. And literally just take a popsicle stick or the sticks they come with, whatever it is. And we're just going to rub it on. I'm gonna pay careful attention because this one has these little areas, these like little indents, to make sure that I push it into that. I've got a bunch of brand new tissue paper that is in the buy it now as well. Really cute Christmas designs if anybody wants to take a look at those. And a bunch of flash sales too. Let's get another, let me check the poll and then we're gonna get another giveaway going. So it looks like, I think we might also do the decoupage rolling pin. That's gonna be a fun project. I've got a giveaway running. If anyone wants to jump in there, it's just gonna be vintage inspired stickers and a vintage playing card. And then we're gonna do some decoupage after this one. This is a super fun, quick, easy project to do. And I've got some Christmas handmade shows scheduled that I'm going to be doing. I cannot wait to show you guys when they're done. They're actually they're in my bathroom drying right now. So once you've gotten it rubbed on there, you can really easily just pull it right up. As you go, you just kind of want to make sure it's really nice and stuck. These ones from, it's my friend Brandy from the DIY Struggle. She does an amazing job on designing these, and her rub-on transfers, really, really easy to use. And that's it. That's how easy those ones are made. So that one is our first project, all set and done. Super quick and easy. Let's do the rolling pin. So to prep the rolling pin, all I did was clean it really good with like a high percentage rubbing alcohol. And what I'm going to use for decoupage glue, which is up to you which one you want to use. I'm going to use this Pentart one. You can also use Mod Podge, whatever you would like. And then I'm going to use one of my new to me, we'll say. I just recently got them, and I think debating on, I'm going to go ahead and cut off that little trim just to be on the safe side. I'm going to cut that little trim off just to be safe, and then we're going to decoupage it right on that rolling pin. I found, and I haven't looked at it yet to give it a try yet, but I found a tutorial online about using the IOD paint inlays on fabric. I'm going to be giving that a try sometime soon, because they are beautiful designs, and I don't draw, I don't sew, so I got some fabric I'm gonna try that on. Not today though. I have to try that one when I have plenty of time to do it and mess up on my own. So this is just a 10-pound tissue paper, very similar to rice paper in just kind of the way it works and everything. It is, I believe, a 10 by 14 piece, and that's the same size I have in the buy it now. Yep. In that giveaway, guys, it's going to be some vintage inspired sticker, I think I'm going to be doing my sticker that I designed. So I'm going to be doing one of my stickers I designed. It's a circle, you just can't tell. So it says, "You had me at patina." It's kind of a fun, cute little sticker. And what we're going to do then is we're just going to lay it on down and decoupage with the glue as we go. These are my friend Brandy's fan brushes too that she came out with. I didn't paint it. If you are ever worried about wanting your design to really pop, you can paint the background white. I figured this was light enough and it'll give it a little bit of that moody vibe, being a little more subtle. And if you need any help with getting your decoupage paper to kind of mold to what you're putting it on, you can also spray it with a little bit of water. I don't think we're going to have a problem with that today, though. So literally just going to lay it right down. I thought about stamping too. That was another option to do with the rolling pin. I haven't done it before, so I figured why not leave the new experiences to a limit. So I'm just going to smooth it down a little bit. And another trick, if you don't like any of the wrinkles, you can also come over this once it's dry with like a little bit of heat to help you smooth it out. Like a little iron, or if you have a little mini heat press, that is an option too. All right, so now that we've kind of got it started, all we're going to do is put down more of the glue, and then I think I'm going to just use the weight of the rolling pin to help me kind of get it stuck down. Does anybody have any fun things they're doing? Oh, the vintage hen, you've got that giveaway coming your way. Anybody got any fun plans for Halloween this week? It's on a Friday. So I think I'm literally just going to take it here and use the weight of the rolling pin right on its own. And then once we get to the edge, I'll trim off the excess. I've got some really fun projects planned for some of those Christmas handmade shows, so go ahead and bookmark those. I can even share kind of making one that's for that show. You might decorate for Christmas. I'm not sure what we'll do this year, if we're going to do the Christmas right away. I was going to ask that too. Are you guys fans of the like Christmas right after Halloween, or do you usually wait? We've had it both directions, where we'll do it immediately and then some years we'll wait. Just kind of depends. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put up my Christmas tree with no ornaments. You usually wait. Oh, you're right after. Sometimes I'll put up my Christmas tree with no ornaments on it, just so I can kind of get like easing into it almost. I have the most amazing Christmas tree. I have one of the twinkly ones that has like all the programmable lights and different light shows and stuff. We're just going to literally roll it right on. And like I said, it's going to have some wrinkles. I am going to get like that little iron, so it's nice that it's kind of towards the beginning part of the show. And then to kind of give us a little bit more of like a natural edge, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dampened brush, and we're just going to use this to create our line, and then I'll tear it. It'll have a little bit of overlap, but not anything significant. And this will just give us a little bit of a natural edge. So just a little bit of water, and it'll help us get that more natural edge to it. And I got a little bit there that's... So like I said, it's got a little bit more of that subtle look to it, a lot less like bam in your face. If you like the bam in your face, definitely recommend painting the background. I don't know. I was feeling a little subtle today. All right, so we're gonna just let that dry. You can kind of see it's got some wrinkles in there, and a lot of that will get essentially ironed out. And I'll trim off all of that excess. You have a lot of small tins. You want to upcycle them for Christmas. The rub-on transfers would be really good for that. I actually just bought a bunch from Shayna Robinson Repurposing. A bunch of little rusty ones. I'm gonna seal them up and I'm gonna just decorate the heck out of them. So there's our rolling pin. I'm gonna put it to the side to let it dry some. I will probably do like some milk paint on the handles, just to kind of get some different options in there. We're gonna do this is just a piece of pine, just like a 3/4 inch, 1 inch thick piece of pine cut, I think like a 3.5 inch wide or something like that. And all I'm gonna do on this one is we're gonna kind of make it into a little Christmas. What do you seal them with? You can seal them with just like a spray, just like a clear matte spray that you get from like a spray paint. We can do this little bow. What do you guys think? Do you think the bow? I'll show you the other options. Thanks for shopping the bin, guys. We've got that. That's a rosette out of the IOD rosette mold. It's probably one of my favorite molds. We've got this little one with the flowers. I feel like the bow would be really pretty. You love the rosette? Let's do the rosette. I'm going to do the rosette in, I think, a blue. So I'm going to do it with this. This is mud paint. I don't really recommend it. It's just kind of what I have. Realistically, I have not found a paint that I'm in love with. I really want to try Fusion, but I haven't jumped into it. Just because I feel like, I don't know. I just haven't jumped into it. I have a lot of paint. So this one is mud paint. It's called Cavallina. It's going to be just a beautiful deep blue. I'm going to angle you guys down just a smidge more. Fusion is your favorite. I might have to try it. I keep telling myself I really just need to try it. There is a local seller, not, I'm trying to think what they call, like people who sell the products, that has Fusion, and I really just need to go try it out. I literally have shelves of paint that I just need to try that one though. All right, so I'm going to do this really deep blue because I want to do a gold. Did I grab my gold? I wanted to do kind of like a gold color on top. I've got this antique wax that's kind of gold. You've gotten to where you only use the DIY paint. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's my weather. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but the DIY paint, and I'm bad about dipping in. I know that's probably a lot of the problem, but I get a lot of issues with it getting kind of like a funny smell, and like you can tell it's got some funkiness to it. So I don't know if that's just like a Florida thing because it's so moist down here. I mean, I keep it inside. It's not like it stays outside. I'm going to pull out a pair of gloves for this just so I don't get blue paint all over my hand. Because it's clay-based, yeah. So I'm just going to put a pair of gloves on because I just don't feel like having blue. Because the blue paint will like stain the heck out of your fingers. So I might be able to do it this year, but I have in the past had at least 3 full-size Christmas trees up. We have our large one, with all our like family ornaments and everything, and then I usually have 2 others that are more like a decorative, like certain color scheme. And one of them, it usually have one that is like a blue and silver. I usually do like blue and silver, and then one that's like light green, like different shades of green and cream. So this is kind of a cute little blue one that might get added. Is anyone else like that? Does anyone else have multiple Christmas trees? Last year, you have 4, you do, okay. I'm with like-minded people then. I don't feel bad at all. Last year, I didn't get to do all the extra trees because our dog was still very much a puppy. I mean, she kind of still is. Like, legitimately, yesterday she jumped in the pool. Um, it's Florida, so it's not cold necessarily, but she's just crazy. All right, so that one is done. I am going to just give it a quick dry. I have a little container of water over here. One in each bedroom, in a living room, and now you need one for the kitchen. I have done the little ones before too. I did, like, usually my kids have one. My son doesn't really care about any of it anymore, but get that out of there. My son doesn't care about any of it anymore, but usually the kids both have one. We put one in our room, like undecorated for the lights, just to, it's got a cute little look to the room. I'm gonna hit this with a heat gun real quick, and then that way I can show you kind of what I like to do with the the gold. All right, sorry about that. It's just an unfortunate part of this whole trying to craft live. So, multiple Christmas trees in the bedrooms, Christmas trees in the bathrooms. I think one year I put one on like the counter of in my kitchen and did it kind of like like a sweets kind of theme. So I'm gonna do is I'm just literally gonna use some of this antique wax. This one's a little darker than I want. I'm trying to think if I can find my gold one. I have one from, I think, DIY that's gold. If I can find it on my shelves. I grabbed this one thinking like that'll be fine, but this blue is very dark. And I don't know that it's gonna show up as much as I want it to. Let's see if I got it in this drawer. So many drawers of paint. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can figure out what it is. Sorry guys, I thought I had everything all set up, all ready to go, but I think that is going to just be too dark. Oh, we can do a bronzy kind of situation. White. I swore I had gold. I'll ask the audience. I can do either a kind of a copper color. We could do white. Or we can do this one here that's a little bit more in the neighborhood of gold. I'll show you the options. Or I can do a paint. The white would be pretty. Rub and buff can work too. I think I have rub and buff, but I'm not 100% sure. So we've got the DIY in copper tinny. I've got this one, which is kind of more of a bronzy than a gold. I've got a gold paint, or we can do white. White. Okay, I saw a couple for white. So I've got the white DIY wax, gold or white. Okay, we're gonna do the white. Give it a try, right? I mean, if it doesn't work out, I can always paint over it. We're gonna do the white. Now on here, I will say, while I have not found a paint that is my favorite, DIY wax, 100% my favorite. Absolutely my favorite. I think with the wax is just so nice because there's no smell to it. I have previously bought wax that had a smell, like a very strong chemical smell, and I cannot use it. I'm gonna grab a little bit and put it right here on my table just to make sure I don't end up with it getting mixed in. Jolie makes a nice wax too. I will have to look into that. All right, so I've got a nice little clump. This stuff goes a little bit, goes a long way for sure. And I just want to kind of brush it on ever so lightly. Let's see if it's dry. It's mostly dry. I think I'm going to end up with light blue. Let me hit this one more time with a little bit of heat. You like wax or paint better? I like them for different reasons. So with the wax, which I'll show on our next project, I'll show what I really like to use the wax for. All right, so on here, literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace it along and kind of give it a, just on the edges. It's really going to bring out that detail. See, there's definitely a little bit, you can tell there's a little bit of light of that blue that's kind of peeking through on it, which I kind of like. That's a little harsh. If you ever feel like you've gotten too harsh on your wax, you can use a clear wax to kind of act like an eraser. Especially if you think you're going to have to worry about it, you just put that on first. And you can wipe it away pretty quickly and pretty easily. So that wax just kind of gave us all of that detail. Hopefully you guys can see it. Now we're just going to hot glue that baby right on here, and it can be either a cute little shelf sitter or we can add some string to I'm going to try really hard not to go too far with this there we go. I have it plugged in on a spot that's just a little too far away. I'm just going to use some hot glue. You can use this, you can use Tight Bond, just whatever you have. And we're going to just go ahead and do our best to center it, because that is the worst thing I am not good at. So it's a cute little shelf sitter. You can put that in an ornament. You know, put the string on the back. I might drill some holes on off the off the show, and then use it for an ornament. Or it's a great shelf sitter too. What time do we have? We are only 30 minutes in. We are 2 projects down, guys. Oh, 3 projects down, because we got the whatchamacallit over there. Let me grab a new sheet to put down right on top of here. Oh, I'm only so speedy because I prepped a lot already. That's the only reason why. Is because I had all the paint ready to go, already, painted. All right, I've got one of these pieces of trim. And what we're going to do on this one, I am going to use an IOD rub-on transfer on here, I think. Let's figure out what we want to use. And then I'm going to add something in here, some of that wax, to do all of those details. So this is last year's, one of last year's transfer books. I want to find something horizontal. This one I thought would be really cute on there, but I think I had another idea for it, so I'm not going to use that one. You feel like you craft fast too? I don't usually. So these, like I said, these are the IOD ones. They're so cute, so pretty. I want to do him. Will he fit on there nice? Nope, then I'm going to have to center him. I don't like to center too much stuff. I've got those can use for a little trim. These are way too big. I'm trying to think if I could. I guess I could use that decoupage paper too. I was going to use this on a little tray, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use it on this. It's just too darn cute not to. So I'm just going to cut it out. It's just, they cut out super easy. They got the little guidelines. I feel like the guidelines sometimes throw me off, so I try not to pay attention to them too much. And just for reference, I painted this a couple of days ago, and I sealed it several hours ago. I feel like the IOD transfers are a little less forgiving with that. Meaning you don't want your stuff to be as wet. So I'm literally just going to put this on here, and I think I might just have to trim off a little bit on the side. I just feel like these are, like I said, a little less forgiving when it comes to the something being wet or not being sealed. I have heard though, if you use the fusion paint, that because it is got the built-in sealer, like the built-in top coat, it's really easy. You don't have to add something, from what I've heard. All right, we're gonna do this guy. It is so cute. I can't get over how cute it is. I'll just use a popsicle stick. I'm gonna run another giveaway too, guys. So jump in that giveaway. And like I said, I've got a bunch of decoupage paper. I'll show it here in a little bit, show you guys kind of the decoupage paper. So we're gonna just remove that little backer. Hopefully you can see, yep. And then we're just going to slide it on down. I'm gonna try to use the bottom part to keep me level-ish. This is gonna be the cutest darn shelf sitter. And then with the little bit that I have that's hanging over, I'm just gonna wrap it around. You won't even know. As they say, no one has to know. Just a really adorable little shelf sitter. I might have to make like a little tag to go with it or something that says like the stockings were hung. I don't know, maybe. Or add a little piece of wood underneath it that says that. That would be cute. In like a little like a really thin font. Almost like a little Ray Dunish. I have so many craft things, it's not even funny. Now what I'm going to do is, now as you can tell, this one is, like I said, it's a little less forgiving. So what's nice though is as you're peeling it back, you just push it back down and you can just go right back over it. It's not gonna, there's gonna be literally no difference. You can't really tell. You don't want to push too hard with these because sometimes with it being on a wood background, you're gonna see all of that like pressing because of the of how, depending on how soft the wood is. Ask me what I know. I've done that before and like really ruined something. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Welcome in, everybody. Jump in that giveaway. It's going to be running for a little more than 2 more minutes. And I'm going to do this project, and we'll see what we're going to do next. I also have some little spindles we could make little spindle ornaments out of, too, if we want to get a little messy. Also got a bunch of flash sales running in the Buy It Now. And I've got some handmade shows later on in the month. Or no, not this month. Duh. It's almost over. Later this week, I have some handmade shows. And don't forget, stay on the train all day for all kinds of inspiration and check out what everyone is crafting today. And if you're not, I mean, I can't imagine you're not, but if you're not following Gems and Joy or Charming Appeal, go give them a follow. Everyone who's on the raid train today is listed in the show notes. See, so like you can kind of tell on these ones, they're a little less forgiving. You just have to take a little bit more time on these ones versus like the TDS ones. And I've got some websites listed in the show notes too, if you guys want to buy your own products. Just about there. Almost there. Just want to make sure. Nope, see, it's got a couple more little pieces. All right. It could literally not be any darn cuter than that. So, but we're not done yet. So this is going to be a little shelf sitter. But I'm going to wax in some of all of this detail. You're like, what the heck are you talking about? We're going to use a couple different things. We're going to use the DIY wax in clear and then the DIY wax in dark. Let me grab a couple of brushes. I literally have one brush in here that's for clear and I have it labeled, but I can't find it. There we go. Since obviously you can't always tell, you just write on your brush for clear. Seek and say, you got that giveaway coming your way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this clear wax. I'm just going to grab some out of the container. And I'm probably going to do the whole thing, but for right now, I'm really focused in on this section down here. Oh, I need a rag. Because this is giving us all of the detail, but we can't exactly see it because it kind of blends in a lot more. And then what I'm going to do, without it taking too much time, I gotta grab my rag. And I'm going to put dark wax over this. It does not need to be neat. Let's see if I can get this open easily. Oh. And, all right, I've got some wax right here on the lid. I'm just going to use that. Like I said, it doesn't need to be neat. And I'm just going to come in, generously coating it. And now, because it's got that clear wax, it's going to wipe away really easily. So I'm literally just going to take my rag and wipe away the excess. You keep going until you're happy. But because of all of those like spots in here that are lower in the wood, the rag can't get to it, so it's going to leave all of that nice and detailed. I'm going to do clear across the whole thing and then add just a touch of the dark wax just to kind of make sure it's got a similar look. Like, I don't want it to look completely different. Thank you so much, Terry. I'm live right now, honey. So now I'm going to, my daughter is coming in to check on me. So I'm literally just going to take a little bit of that dark wax, not too much, and we're just going to go over it, and then I'm going to wipe back what I don't want. So I don't want it to be too much dark, so especially not on the stocking, so then I'll just wipe it back. Like I said, the clear wax kind of helps you act like an eraser, and if I had gotten way too much in a certain spot, all I would do is get more clear wax on like the rag and just wipe it away. I do not rep for DIY. You've been wanting to try some and get some of the products. I was waiting for Decrepit Dust to come back in stock. You can go, there's a lot of sellers that do sell it. I know Sammy from Unicorn Dust Design, I believe she has it. I don't know what she has in stock, but you can always check to see if she's got it in stock. Honestly, I have Decrepit Dust. I don't use it anywhere near as much as I use the wax. I have the Decrepit Dust in like the dark. I don't think I have the light. I'm trying to remember if I have the light one. But I use the wax way more. I do. I have used it here and there. It's good if you want to try to add like a little bit of. Here, we'll do one of the spindles, and I'll do the Decrepit Dust. So here's that one, that little shelf sitter, cute as can be. What do we got? We got 20 minutes. We got plenty of time. All the crafts. That was number 4, right? 1, 2, 3. That was number 4. Let me show you on here. So I've got these spindles painted. I was going to think they'd be cute for like a little ornament. This one's already painted in a light color, but let's add some Decrepit Dust. And I'll show you what it, kind of how it differs, I guess. Let me just see where I've got it at. Here we go. So this one is Decrepit Dust in Dark. It is literally a powder. I'm going to do is, let's close up the dark wax. You can use it on any color. It's obviously going to show up the most on this. Let's grab some more white, some more of the clear. They also make a white wax, which I used on the one earlier. Where did I put the rag? Here it is. Yeah, I've got all kinds of things in the bin as well. If you guys want any of these pieces to kind of do them for yourself. And I've got some decoupage paper too. I thought it would be good for fresh cuts on darker wood pieces. You mean for the decrepit dust? I'm not sure. I'll show you. So I'm going to do this one with the decrepit dust. So I'm coming in with my clear wax. Obviously, this only got like one coat of paint. I'm just going to do a couple pieces at a time. You don't want your wax to dry. And then the dust is like exactly like it says, it's a powder. And I'm going to come in and basically dirty it up. You can really hone in on kind of those little creases. I believe if I'm not wrong, it needs a medium. Like it needs something like the wax. One thing that is super cute, it would take a little long to do today, but you can do a crackle and then put this over the crackle and it'll settle into those cracks. So I've done the decrepit dust, I think, in the cracks before. So like I said, it's kind of good to like basically dirty something up. And we'll do, for comparison's sake, I'll do one with the wax. And see, I'm just going to wipe back some of that. So. See if I have any left on here. I think I do. So now I'll wipe this back. So you can kind of see these two were the decrepit dust, and then this one was the wax. Like I said, I personally prefer the wax. I mean, they just kind of serve different purposes. If you have the, if you're trying to get that crackle effect, you could do the same kind of thing with the antique wax too, is wipe it in there. So just depends on what you want. What do we got? We got 15 more minutes before we're going to raid over to Gems and Joy. Let's see what we have as far as, I can do more projects. Like I said, I've got them readily available, but let's see what we've got. And I was going to also do a little, I'm going to do this giveaway, and I'm going to run some flash sales on the tissue papers too. Let's, so I can actually see you guys. Ooh, hello. There we go. I could, my stand is kind of moving around on me. All right, let's do some flash sales in the bin with the tissue paper. And I'll show it to you as it's going. There's two available, I believe, of each one. I think someone might have picked one up earlier. I'll show them to you kind of as we have them, though. What's that first one? Is the Christmas one. That's the one that says Merry Christmas. So this is the first one that's in the bin. And it is a 10 by 14. Super cute. And like I said, 10-pound tissue paper. And it's good for like wood projects or putting it on. There's going to be probably more larger projects that these are good for. Just because they're kind of more of a, I'm trying to think of the right word. They're more of like a big one piece. The next one's running is the Moose, I think. Let me run them all. I'm just going to start them all and then I'll show them to you. Make life a little easier, huh? So if you check the little shopping cart, the little shopping bag logo on the bottom and go over to the Buy It Now, that's where all of the flash sales are. They're going to be running for the next 10 minutes or so. And then here in just a second, I'm going to start a giveaway. There. Those are all running. I'll show them to you. So then we've got like the Highland cow is in there. He's so cute. Really cute little like base to start your Christmas signs and stuff. You got your little reindeer. I thought about putting this one and making it kind of like a card holder. So that might be a project I do soon. Little Santa. This one's not really Christmas, but that one's in there too. So a bunch of different ones in there if you guys want to check those out. Let's run our, I think we're going to call this like our last giveaway. And this will be a craft kit. So it'll have like a piece of the wood with the trim. It'll have a like one of the transfers to add in there, and I'll probably, if I can get it in there wrapped really nicely, do one of the mold pieces in there. So jump in that giveaway for a little craft kit. Anybody have any questions or anything? I'll show you kind of the projects we did. What do we do first? First we did, hello, stay where you are, please, thank you. We did the, there we go, now we got some light. We did this one with, that one, like I said, was from TDS Creation, is a TDS Creations from the DIY Struggle. Jump in that giveaway, guys, it is for a little craft kit. We've got the rolling pin, which I'm gonna finish up once it's dry. It's got kind of that really pretty Christmas paper on it. I'll probably do like a different color on the ends and then kind of do like the iron over it to give it a little less wrinkles. It'll still have some wrinkles. And I do have that that tissue paper available as well. We did our cute little shelf sitter with the Christmas stockings. So adorable. What else did we do? I felt like we did one more. Oh, and then this little guy, the rosette, that'll be a Christmas ornament. So all kinds of fun stuff. So jump in that giveaway. I'm just going to check. Was casting to YouTube. So if you want to be able to come back, I don't know, there's all kinds of weird stuff in the chat over there. I don't know what they're talking about. If you want to go back over to YouTube, I'm Teresa B DIY over there as well. If you want to be able to see any of the projects, like any of the stuff we just did, it'll be available kind of to rewatch if you want to. Let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to check real quick. Oh, okay. Anyone have any questions on anything? Thank you so much, Tracy. You're amazing. She just came back from her long vacation and she came back right to work. Make sure you guys are following Tracy from the Charming Appeal and Amanda from Gems and Joy. We're gonna be raiding over to Amanda here in just a minute. But I also have some shows coming up. Wednesday, I'm gonna do 2 for $5. I'm gonna have some tables all set up. I don't do a ton on YouTube, to be really honest. I used to do a lot on YouTube, but kind of fell out of it. But I thought, you know what? Why not cast this over to YouTube since it's crafting? So if you guys are over on YouTube and you're seeing this, there's a little QR code you can scan. You can come over to Whatnot. It'll give you a little credit. Can kind of come hang out. I'm going to probably transition to doing a lot more crafting on here than really doing vintage items. I'm kind of trying to work on selling off all of my stuff. So Wednesday show would be a really good show to come and do that because I'm going to do 2 for $5 on Wednesday. And then on, what is it, Saturday, I'm going to be doing handmaids super late at night. It's like 10 o'clock at night my time, which is not normal for me, but that's okay. And then I'm doing the Rusty, Crusty, Dusty Raid Train with, oh my gosh, Beth from I don't know why I can't think of her channel name right now, but Beth, who does all the raid trains that are amazing. So lots of shows coming up to bookmark. And like I said, jump in the giveaway. It is a little craft kit. And we're going to have all kinds of fun crafts coming up. But there's a bunch of flash sales running right now, and it's max shipping. If you guys wanted to pick anything up that's running in the buy it now, it's an option. And like I said, the show notes have tons of stuff listed in there for extra little details on what we used today. I think that's it. That's the whole spiel. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Oh, I thought I heard, sorry, heard something fall. I've got a little fan going because I'm roasting in here. But Wednesday's show should be a lot of fun. My husband is going to be out of the house, so I said that's probably a good day to come in and actually set all of it up on tables and switch them out and all of that. So, got 9 minutes until we raid. Should I see if there's another project? Like I said, there's always another project to do, right? What else was I gonna do? Let's see what the poll said. The ornaments was the big thing. Oh, the decoupage roller pen won out most. Let's see, maybe I can start working on the handles. Do you guys think? I was thinking about doing like a green on the handles for that rolling pin. Jump in that giveaway, guys. It's just about to pull. Let's see who is our winner. I think this might actually be dry-ish. The Vintage Hollow, that is coming to you. I think I might do. So I'm actually going to do DIY in Aviary on the handles. It's this really pretty green. It's going to be, might be a little too bold. What do you guys think with this rolling pin? It's very subtle. What do you think we should do for color on the handles? You like the green? Because I've got some green. And I figure it's going to be cute to stick out of someone's like crock or something. Let me grab a chippy brush for this. And we'll at least get it started. The green. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was gonna make it kind of try to be a little more splotchy. And see, that's why my DIY paint has problems. I literally just dipped right into it. It's okay. So just gonna use like a little chippy brush, and I didn't clean them, so who knows how this is gonna really go. But the DIY paint is a clay-based paint, and it does dry down a little different than the color shown. Sorry guys, I'm going to try to put this in to where you can actually see me doing it. There we go. Oops, light's in the way. There we go. Usually I would tape it off too, but apparently we're living dangerously today. I want to leave some little splotches, because what I'll do is I will get some antique wax in there and kind of give it a little darker like look to it down here too, and that'll probably make this show up a little bit more too. What does everyone have going on as far as shows? Like, are you guys all into the Christmas stuff? Are you guys all buying Christmas stuff now? I feel like I don't do a ton of vintage Christmas just because I'm always like, well, I don't want to invest all my money in vintage Christmas because it only has a small amount of time that you can keep it out. Do you guys do traditional Christmas stuff, or do you do more of like the vintage style for Christmas too? I don't think I have like any vintage Christmas stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I have the most amazing. I was just about to say hello. I was just about to say I have the most amazing fall mantle right now because I bought so much from Rust and Dust that I don't want to switch it over yet. We're just crafting, hanging out, all the things like that. Do I have any brushes I need to clean before I let them dry up? I don't. You're crafting Christmas, but buying everything. Yeah, I feel like I always buy everything. It's a problem. Thank you. Yep. So this one was just a decoupage with the rolling pin. We got the green handles. I'm gonna just hold it like this right now, so I can let them dry. And I think I'm gonna antique wax some of that. We've got about 5 minutes till we raid, guys. So make sure you're bookmarking up some of my upcoming shows. Like I said, I am gonna probably start transitioning over to doing more crafting or like upcycles kind of thing. So the next couple of shows are going to be really good, great deals to be had. Vintage show on Tuesday at 7 Eastern. You're going to have a little Christmas in each show. That's probably a good way to do it, to where it's not like 100% Christmas in your face yet. I think that's a good way to do it, because then there's always gifts, right? Thank you so much. Guys, follow, if you're a seller, just drop down some emojis. Okay, I will. If you want to go get set up on, I will come over right now. Jim's and Joy is ready for us, so she kind of could tell I'm just hanging out, because I know if I'm just sitting here talking forever, we don't want to lose everybody. I think you're doing more with crafting too. So if you guys see anybody with emojis, go ahead and give them a follow. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to Jim's and Joy. And then when we get over there, drop all the bees. And I will see you guys next time. I'm like I said, Wednesday is my next show. Is going to be 2 for $5. I hope you guys will join me. And let's go over there and hang out with Amanda, see what kind of great stuff she's crafting. Make sure you're following Amanda and Tracy, Jim's and Joy, and Charming Appeal. And stay on the train. All right, let's go ahead and go over there a little early. Oh, it didn't even make me find her. That's so nice. All right, here we go. Bees in the chat when you guys get over there. I'll see you guys later this week. Bye.